I am a Saiyan that was raised on planet Earth. I will not let you destroy my world!
Another awesome episode of Fairy Tail, as we got Erza and Natsu transforming into children, and we got Myra coming back to Sun Village to have a rematch with Erza. Now, before I get to the review, let's talk about the animation. I don't know if it's just me, but this animation right here, the color is very off. It looks really unsaturated. The color does not look good to me. I don't know why they did that. Previous Fairy Tail episode, the color was perfect, but just when the Sun Village arc started, that's when they screwed up the color. It looks very pale. It looks so washed out. I hope they end up fixing that mistake, because it kind of looks weird when you're watching Fairy Tail. But besides that, let's go right to the review. So this episode starts off where Erza's all surprised that she transformed to a child. She's like, how the hell did this happen? And then what's funny right here is that Erza touches her breasts and she's like, damn, they're small! And then she gets worried and she lifts her shirt up to see how it looks, and she got even more scared. As she gets scared, she falls down from the hill because the ice is very slippery. And then when she gets up, another funny part happens right here. She starts wondering what will people think of her. She first sees Natsu and Gray trying to bully her, saying that, oh, now you're a kid, let's beat her up. And then another funny part here was she thinking of what would Jalal think about her. And she has imagination that Jalal says to Erza, sorry Erza, I'm not into kids, and he walks away. So Erza starts tripping out. While she's tripping out what to do, Natsu and everyone's fighting those treasure hunters, and then Gray uses ice magic and he stole the moon drip from them. So now here we got the moon drip stolen, and now I guess Fairy Tail accomplished their mission because they need the moon drip to unfreeze the Sun Village. But these treasure hunters try to steal it back, so they started playing catch with the moon drip. Gray threw it to Natsu, Natsu threw it to Wendy, Wendy threw it to Lucy, Lucy threw it to Carlisle, and then when Carlisle threw it to Happy, this is where the fail part happens. Happy couldn't catch the bottle as the bottle slips from his hand and drops right to the ground. And then once when it dropped, they're all like, what did you do? They all got so scared because their whole mission was based on that moon drip. But here's the more fail part. When they saw that the moon drop broke and the water came out, it only melted very little of the ice. So that's the funny part right there. They're hoping that this moon drip would help melt the entire ice, but looks like only very little been melted. And then that's when Natsu starts hearing voices. When he puts his ear down there to hear the voices, he says this voice sounds very familiar. I heard this voice before, and he starts running after the voice. So then while Natsu's running after the voice, Gray and everyone starts to catch up to Natsu, and then once when Natsu gets closer to the voice, he sees a guy standing right there, and his name was Dorian. Was the man responsible for making Erza into a child, and then he used his magic and he turned Natsu into a child. So now we got Natsu and Erza into a child. While Natsu's having his problem with Dorian, Erza meets Myra, and she comes to Erza saying that it's been a long time, Erza. And that's when Erza's like, what the hell are you doing here? Turns out that Myra left the Sabertooth Guild and she went and joined a dark guild. And because of that, her mission now is to stop any powerful guild, and Fairy Tail's one of them. So that's why she's here, to stop Fairy Tail. And she says to Erza, let's have a rematch. And then Erza re-grips to her sword, and it's funny, you have a child Erza who doesn't have no magic versus Myra. And that's what Erza's like, you're pathetic, you're actually gonna fight a child? Give me back my body size, then we can have a real rematch. And that's when Myra's like, whatever gets me the win, I'm gonna do it. So clearly Myra's playing dirty right there. Natsu, on the other hand, had a fail. He tries to use his Fire Dragon Fist to the guy, didn't work. He tried using his Fire Dragon War, that didn't work either. So then Natsu had an idea to escape, and he ditches the guy and he goes towards the voice. Meanwhile, when Wendy and Lucy trying to catch up to Natsu, these treasure hunters comes right to Wendy and they tell Lucy that they want her Celestial Spirit keys and that they're gonna steal it from her. And then when Lucy says get lost, they go and start attacking the giant, and that really pissed Wendy off right here. Right here at this moment, I really liked Wendy. What she did, she really stepped up her game. Wendy gets pissed off, she says don't touch them, and she uses her war against them, and they fell right to the ground, and now Wendy is getting ready to battle them. But then these treasure hunters play dirty. They had a sniper, and when the sniper comes to attack Wendy, guess who comes to save her? No one other than Flare. And looks like Flare has joined the Dark Guild too, so she's with Myra and the other guy. And then while that's happening, Natsu's keep running after the voice, and he can't remember where the voice from, but he knows that he heard that voice before. And we all know, for those who've read the manga, don't spoil it for the people right here, we all know whose voice that is. That was all for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. What are you hoping for next episode? I hope they fix the color, man. I really don't like the color. Maybe in the terrorist arc, that's when they fix the color, because they really made the color look so washed out. If there's anything like this video I'd like to talk about, please drop me a like. That would be amazing. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. All good. Guys, I'm GokuT23. Have an insane day.